Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Vic and I'm an artist and a writer from Slovakia. Today I have decided to do something a little bit crazy, but it's not as crazy as it may sound. Because yes, I am attempting the 24-hour writing challenge, but I will be modifying it to be more reasonable and fit my needs. Instead of the typical one where you write for 24 consecutive hours in a single day, I will be tracking my writing for 24 hours to reach 24 hours of pure writing time. This means it may take several days or even longer, but the point is to track the writing time and not to rush through it or burn out. Because I know I cannot write for 24 consecutive hours and I don't plan on ever attempting that. I am currently very close to finishing the first draft of my book and I currently only have 4 chapters left in it, which is why I think it is plausible a goal to want to finish this book during this challenge. And if you saw the thumbnail or the title of this video, you probably know if I have managed that or not. But for now, I have no idea. Before I get to writing, let's set some ground rules. Number 1. I need to precisely track my writing time alongside the word count. I normally track word count very precisely, but my writing time is more of an estimate. This cannot go. For now, I need to track every single minute very precisely, so I know when I have reached the 24 hours. Number 2. The challenge ends when I reach exactly 24 hours of tracked writing. It doesn't matter if I have finished the book or not. Number 3. I do not have to write every single day, but I should strive to do so. And number 4. If I write for a long time during one day, I need to get some proper exercise in to keep up with my health. And with that being covered, let's get to writing. It is time for the first update. I am currently 3 hours in, but plot twist, it has been 4 days. I have started this challenge on Sunday and it's currently Wednesday. Unfortunately, on Monday, I have fallen sick and it took me all the way to now to finally feel like I can work again. And plot twist number 2, today I woke up with unexpected wrist pain. Wonderful news, isn't it? Why is it that every time I start some sort of challenge, the first opportunity I get some bad news? But not everything is as bleak as it sounds, because the 3 hours have been quite productive. I am currently sitting at over 3,000 words for those 3 hours, which is, for me, incredibly fast-paced. Because on Sunday I have been writing for only an hour and a half, but I have finished the whole chapter in one sitting, which was 2,000 words long. And that doesn't happen to me. That's very fast. And so I am currently a little bit worried because I am going faster than expected. And since I am only 3 hours in and a chapter and a half into it, I am starting to be worried I will run out of book to write before I run out of the 24 hours. So we shall see what I will do with the rest of the hours. But after that first session, I started slowing down a little bit. The first 30 minutes, I have written over 500 words, which is again not very impressive in the objective sense, but that's quite the speed for me. And so 2,000 words in an hour and a half is quite a speed for me. But now I have written for a full hour and there is only 500 words, which is by more normal pace, but you can see the difference in speed, that I have started very strong but now slowing down and getting distracted. Hopefully I will pick up the speed back up, but who knows. As for the plot, chapter 52 is basically the final part of the lead up to the final battle. And so that is now done, and all of that political intrigue is out of the way. Very happy about that. And now writing chapter 53. And now, finally, I got to write the villain introduction. And it was quite interesting and revealing, because something a little unexpected happened. I was writing his description, and suddenly I started noticing some similarities and decided to lean into it. And now there is this interesting parallel between how the villain looks and how the main character's dead husband used to look, but kind of in reverse. The dead husband was very warm vibes, very sunny, positive person, and now the villain is very cold and scary, but the looks are similar, so it's just the vibe is reversed. And so that adds in feeling to the main character of difficulty, like having to face someone who looks like her dead husband but clearly isn't, and has something evil about them. I am always glad when things like this happen, like unexpected symbolism writing itself into the story, revealing itself without me planning it or making it happen. It's a really gratifying part of being a writer when the story writes itself and develops unexpected depths. And now I'm getting a little bit stuck again because I have reached the final duel and what will be the determining point of the ending of the book. And it's a really emotional battle, not just physical, and that's making it a little bit hard. So I don't know how to dive in, but as I have learned previously, I guess the best idea is to just dive in, see what happens, and eventually we'll get going. So yes, that is the update for now. 3 hours in, and I should get back to writing. Hello, it is time for another update. It is the next day and I'm at almost 6 hours, so currently a full quarter into the challenge. And I have officially hit a block with writing the ending. Today I got a little bit distracted, not even distracted, more like lost in what I'm supposed to do. Like, I have a chapter outline, but it's not giving me all the information I need, and I am getting lost in what else is needed to be in there because it's quite a complex thing. So I had to sit down and write another outline of the remainder of the chapter beat by beat, and just this whole thing took a full hour to make. At least now I am aware of where I'm going and hopefully it will be helpful, but shall see. At this point I cannot tell if these things I am doing are helpful or if I am procrastinating by doing something that appears to be helpful. If I sound strange, I have a cat in my lap and she's digging her claws into my bare skin. Basically, I am in this strange mindset when it comes to the ending where I'm not sure if I am stalling or not. Like if I am just in a little bit of a block or if I am actively avoiding getting it done. Because it's a big thing getting it done. And I remember when I was finishing the draft of the whole series 3 years ago, and I basically had a little bit of a crisis of identity over getting this book done because I thought that by finishing it, that would be the end of it. That's obviously not the case. And if I finish this book, I will have to still heavily edit it. And then there are other 3 books in the series. So there is quite a work to do. So it's not the feeling of, oh no, it has come to an end. What will I do next? It's just about finishing the first draft at last. So I am not having an identity crisis over it. So what's wrong? Why am I getting constantly stuck in this phase? I have no idea. But I'm hoping it will leave soon because I want to get it done. I really do. So that's the update for now. I had to add a bit of a split screen situation. So here is the actual chapter with everything that needs to be in there and is written so far. And here is the file with the beat notes of the remainder of the chapter. The funny part is the chapter itself is already at 2000 words, which is what would be my average chapter, and yet I still have 16 beats to go over. So obviously this is why I was getting lost, because when there is this much to keep track of and I don't have a full outline, then of course I cannot write and I'm getting lost. Hello, it is hour 11 and I come bearing updates. So it's been a busy few days and there is a lot that happened. So first up, I finally sat down and managed to finish the chapter with the final battle. I have been fighting with it for a week and suddenly I sat down and it just flew all the way to the end and finished itself. Isn't that wonderful? Second, then I continued with the next chapter, which is the confrontation with the villain, and basically the very last chapter, and I finished that this morning. Wonderful. And so now I only have the epilogue left to write, and I don't know how to process this information. This damn book is almost finished. How is this happening? No, seriously, one chapter left, the damn epilogue, and then it's done. Wow. But that also means I have written about 4,000 words over the span of 3 days, which is insane by itself. And second, I finally caught up with the June goal of 15,000 words. And I was thinking I wouldn't manage that because I was falling behind more and more, and now it happened. So that's wonderful. Now I am almost halfway done with this 24-hour challenge, and I am almost done with the book as well, which is strange because how is this happening so fast? It's just like all of it is happening at the same time, and I truly expected it to take longer, but I guess this just reveals how little I am writing each day and how much I could have been doing if I was actually sitting for larger chunks every single day. And while all of this is absolutely amazing, and I am shocked and absolutely happy that this is happening, there is also a few issues with what I have written so far. So first off, with the final battle chapter, it's insanely long, and I feel like I am dragging it out for an eternity. But also I have the feeling as if I cut it short and it wasn't, I wouldn't say long enough, because it is long enough. This damn draft is 120,000 words long, so prolonging the battle is not giving it any good points. But also it's like written in such a way that it lacks substance, I would say. Like it's missing descriptions and impact, and that's why I'm trying to make up for that by dragging it longer with action after action, but the actions are not hitting. And so then at the end I got a little bit tired of this and basically cut it short, and so the really brutal part was not as long as I expected it to be. I guess that's probably for the better, because I don't want this book to go too extremely dark, and that about 2 pages at the end there went really dark. So there is that. But yes, I guess this chapter will need a lot of reworking and adding descriptions and making sure the emotional beats actually land and aren't just there for whatever case. And I am not sure this was the right place to start introducing flashbacks, because now the chapter has 4 points of view. Like there is the female main character in the present day, then there are the flashbacks from her point of view, and then there are the 2 boys and the perspective from them, which is just one scene, but still. And so it was a little bit difficult to follow along even for me, and I'm wondering what people will say about that. And it's not like the flashbacks are not connected, they very much parallel what's going on, and you can see why they are there, but it's a risky decision for sure. Then there is the chapter that I have finished right now, which is the very last chapter, and the confrontation with the villain. The problem in this one is that the scene is set up wrong, and there is an error in who is present to witness it and who is not, and I will have to set that up better next time. But the other part is with the second half, because I feel like it's missing this falling action aspect. Like the battle is done, and so now it's easing out of it and re-establishing the status quo. But there is nothing of that. There is just the villain, the other scene with the council, and then stop. Nothing. It cuts. And I guess there should be more, but I don't know what else to add there, at least for now. So I'm leaving it be for the time being, and hopefully in the rewrite it will fit into place, but who can tell? And the very last big issue is that this book is a dual POV, but this entire ending, outside of one scene, is taking place from the point of view of the female main character, and the male one is just completely absent. He shows up on the scene from her point of view a little bit, but he's getting almost zero action. And yes, there is the major beat going on with him, where part of his journey gets wrapped up, but I feel like it's not enough, and I'm neglecting him a little bit. And the problem is I have no idea what to include for him in this part to make him more connected to what is going on. And yes, it's missing, but I don't feel like making up stuff right now just for something to be put in there by force. So I will have to live with this issue for a little bit more. Hopefully that's all the problems I have for now. And okay, it's the ending. It's always messy the first time, but it's also difficult to reconcile that there are glaring issues and I see them already, but I'm not in the headspace to go and address them right away. I've been rambling now for about 9 minutes, so it's probably time to wrap this up and go actually write the epilogue. Hello, this is the update for hour 12, and I cannot believe I am saying this, but I have finished the book. I have written the epilogue and written the ending. It's done. Somewhat. It's done. Actually, it has been a few hours ago. Okay, let's get at it chronologically. So the last update was on Monday, where I finished the last chapter and I was saying, yeah, let me go write the epilogue. I did not. It's currently Saturday, and I have started writing the epilogue on Friday. Why? Because a lot of stuff has happened. First off, I had my graduation ceremony on Tuesday and wanted to celebrate that in the proper fashion. Because yes, I now officially have a degree. Yay! And second, the previous chapter was very exhausting, both emotionally, mentally, and in all of the ways just exhausting. It was long, it was hard, and it took a lot out of me. So I'm not mad at all that I took a break, even if it was longer than I expected. At least I got to recharge and assess the book the way it deserves. And so yesterday I finally sat down and started writing the epilogue in the evening. And I got about halfway before I had to stop and go to bed, but already I was happy about that, even though I wasn't fully sure where I was going with it. And so I was just happy that I started writing it. The epilogue is a bit different. Like, yes, this is book 1 of a series, so why do I even have an epilogue? Well, I believe this book needs it because the ending itself is a bit abrupt and it lacks this falling action part of the story, and it just needs a little bit of an update afterwards. And also, then book 2 would open a little abruptly as well in the way it changes the setting completely. And so I needed something in between. And this was very fun to write because, as I said, the setting is completely different. Well, the place is the same, but how the setting looks is different. The tone is different. All of it is like this sigh of relief, like finally everything is well, everything is nice and all sweet. And then it ends on a more, oh no, oh shit, what now note that should finally lead into book 2. So I'm very happy about that. And I finished it today in about 30 minutes of writing. I have figured out where it leads and how it leads there, and very happy with it. Had very much fun writing it and all the character interactions in it. And so I wrote the end. I did it. And then I got interrupted because we had to go to the castle festival as I promised. And what is this castle festival, you are asking? Today is a national holiday in Slovakia, the day of Saint Cyril and the Saint Method, who are these two religious historical figures who came to Great Moravia in the 9th century, and they basically brought our alphabet, so they made a translation of the Bible to the original Slovak language and brought the alphabet it would be written in, and this way they helped the spread of Christianity in Slovakia. And this is a very important holiday for my country and for religious people overall. Now, I am not religious, but there is a castle in my village and there is this celebration going on there, and it's free entrance and a lot of historical things going on there, like a market, a show of swordsmanship, crafts, a lot of things to test out, taste original food, original wine and things like that. So very much fun for something that is completely free to attend. And so, of course, we had to go. And of course, it was absolutely great fun. Some people confused me for the workers there because of the way I was dressed, but very much fun.
Hodně zajímavé baze a baza je velmi ceněná. Táto
takich to i zbroj.
Že jako potom se v tom dá bejt. Musíte hodně pít.
And so only now I got home and I get the space to make this final update of the book. And even though it has been several hours since I have written the ending itself, it still doesn't feel fully real. Like, how is this possible? I have been writing this first draft for 3 years and I have finally reached the end. I don't know, when I first wrote the end, I was completely shaking for like 30 minutes and couldn't get myself in control. Insane. Absolutely insane. As for this challenge, as I said, we are at hour 12, so exactly in the middle. Which is funny timing to finish this book now, and now I have another 12 hours left of the challenge. But yes, I did it. I finished the book in the 24-hour writing challenge as I have set out to do. As for the final stats, so I am at hour 12 and it took me 14 days to write for 12 hours, which to be honest I am not fully pleased about, but what can be done? But on the better side, I have written about 10,000 words in total during this challenge, which is almost 1,000 words per hour, which is a great speed for my consideration. So I'm very happy about that. Out of the 14 days, I have written on 10 of them. So yes, that about lines up for about 1,000 words per day, which is a great pace for me. That's not what I can usually maintain. So even if I haven't been writing crazy hours every single day or crazy word counts, I am still happy about this. Again, this is more about tracking the hours than burning myself out with some crazy outputs. Now here comes a twist. The challenge continues for the next 12 hours. Why? Because I may have written the ending, yes, but the book itself is not finished. Yes, you heard me right. The book itself is not finished. I cannot call it fully done. And why isn't it done, you are asking? I will hint only this. Parts of Act 2 are missing and need to be rewritten. But for a full explanation, you will have to go watch part 2 of this 24-hour writing challenge video, because yes, I am splitting it into 2 parts, 12 hours each. Otherwise, I think this video would get very, very long and I don't want that. So yeah, this is the end for now. I'm not even sure if I'm making sense at this point, but I have hoped you have enjoyed this video and the whole emotional journey of it all, because I'm sure it was absolutely insane. At least for me it was, with a lot of side quests and distractions, but here I am with the finished ending. So yes, bye bye for now. See you in the next video.